Good afternoon, I'm Alan Martin. This is your PIX Now update. We're going to begin with breaking news of at least 5 people dead in the Camp Fire burning in Butte County right now. Sheriff's officials say the victims were found in their cars. KPIX 5 reporter Andrea Borba is in Paradise with more on the devastating fire.
We're here at the corner of Clark and Pearson in the heart of Paradise right now. It is noon, but you cannot tell from all of the smoke in the sky. It has been orange, it has been dark, and the destruction here has been palpable. Take a look behind me. This is the corner of Clark and Pearson. This is the scene all over Butte County right now. There are power lines down everywhere across the road. There are PG&E crews all around, buildings all up and down. This stretch of road have been burned down. There's only a few that are still left standing. There's an Ace Hardware where we are. There's a Rabobank. We have passed neighborhood after neighborhood of homes burned down from the campfire here in the city of Paradise right now. We will have much more on the story up here in Paradise tonight on KPIX 5 News at 5 and 6 o'clock. Back to you.
And while that fire is more than 150 miles away from the Bay Area, in many of our local cities, it smells as if it's just down the street. KPIX 5's Ann Makovic has more on the poor air quality.
The acrid smoke is so thick in the air here in Santa Rosa, even though we're about 150 miles away from the Camp Fire. And for people around here, the smell is all too familiar.
I woke up to the red sun, so it's that eerie feeling.
The smoke visible from our tower cameras and on the ground in Lafayette, San Francisco, and Santa Rosa. It flowed in from Butte County yesterday and blanketed the Bay Area.
You can tell that a lot of infrastructure is burned. You know, it's not just grass and brush.
In a statement, the Air District urged people to stay inside with windows and doors closed until smoke levels subside. But even indoors,
I woke up this morning and walked into my living room and it smelled like a campfire.
As for masks, the most effective consumer masks are labeled N95, which indicates they're filtering particulate matter, and you need a tight seal for it to be effective.
Really important for people to understand that wildfire smoke can be highly unpredictable. So just because it might not be bad in your area right now, that could change in a moment.
The most vulnerable populations are the elderly, those with respiratory illnesses, and children.
I've been holding on to this, using a little bit too much.
For those who lived through last year's devastating wine country wildfires here in Santa Rosa, the smoke is an emotional trigger.
To know that people nearby are going through what we went through, and then now, we're getting parts of it to kind of remind us what we went through. It's all kind of it's just sad.
In Santa Rosa, Ann Makovic, KPIX 5.
And the smoke has also drifted down to San Jose. This is video from earlier today. You can see the heavy haze hovering over the South Bay neighborhoods. Even further south, down in Southern California, 2 major fires are wreaking havoc in that area, forcing the evacuations of more than 100,000 people. Flames from the Woolsey fire are moving fast, scorching 10,000 acres so far. They're fueled by high winds and the dry conditions. The fast-moving fire jumped the 101 freeway this morning as firefighters do work to try to contain those flames. And just a few miles north, heavy smoke from the Hill fire is forcing evacuations as well. Some drivers on 101 drove the wrong way on the freeway just to escape flames. That fire has scorched more than 10,000 acres as well. Some celebrities among those forced to evacuate. Reality star Kim Kardashian West posted this video to Instagram showing a massive wildfire from above while on a flight home. Kardashian West says she was given 1 hour after landing to pack up her belongings and evacuate. Law enforcement officials say that the suspected gunman in the deadly shooting at a bar in Thousand Oaks posted to his social media accounts during the attack. Police say the suspect, Ian Long, killed 12 people at the Borderline Bar and Grill on Wednesday night. They say Long was a Marine veteran and he killed himself before police got to him. Among the 12 victims, Ventura County Sheriff Sergeant Ron Helis, who was shot as he entered the bar. Another victim was from the Bay Area. Elena Housley was a freshman at Pepperdine University and a graduate of Vintage High School in Napa. A vigil was held for Housley yesterday evening. Hundreds filled the soccer field at Vintage High School where she played.
I feel so sorry for the loss of the Housley family. They're such great people.
Elena Housley was the niece of former Fox News correspondent Adam Housley and his wife, actress Tamara Mowry Housley. And this shooting was the 307th mass shooting in the United States this year. This just in, the ACLU is suing to block the Trump administration from denying asylum to migrants if they cross the U.S.-Mexico border illegally. This as thousands of Central American migrants are slowly moving north. The ACLU filed the legal challenge today in federal court in San Francisco. And the market's just closing right now. We've got a live look at the closing bell for you. Look at those closing numbers. The Dow Jones Industrial Average on this Friday closing down more than 200 points. How about a live look outside? We know it's smoky. Our KPIX 5 studio roof camera shows us exactly how bad it is, but Mary Lee has the full forecast.
We are watching the smoky skies out there. You can see it, you can smell it, and that is really affecting air quality. So unhealthy air for all of the Bay Area. That air quality advisory as well as spare the air alert in effect for the entire Bay Area. So looking at unhealthy air quality, and even for the North Bay, very unhealthy air quality closer to the fire burning in Butte County, the Camp Fire there. Well, those strong northeasterly winds sent that smoke our way. The good news is we are going to see the winds ease. So as we go through the day, we're seeing a decrease in those winds, and that'll continue for tonight. But the bad news is we are going to see the winds kick up again with dry offshore winds as we head through Saturday night into Sunday. So we'll be watching that closely for you. Hazy sunshine today, low 70s in San Francisco, as well as for Oakland, Vallejo, as well as for Fremont. And hazy sunshine continues through the weekend as well, with dry weather expected for next week.
Thank you, Mary. The Food and Drug Administration is set to crack down on sales of flavored e-cigarette products. The FDA claims they're highly addictive and they could take action as soon as next week. San Francisco-based e-cigarette maker Juul holds 70% of the e-cigarette market share overall. It's become overwhelmingly popular with minors. Well, now Commissioner Scott Gottlieb plans to ban sales of most flavored e-cigarettes in two places: convenience stores and gas stations. The restriction would reportedly not apply to mint flavors. He's also considering online restrictions, including having age verification requirements for those sales. CBS News did reach out to Juul about new possible restrictions, but the company has not yet offered a comment. Muni is putting the pedal to the metal to ease crowding on trains. More than 100 new train cars are expected to arrive 4 years earlier than expected. On Tuesday, the SFMTA board gave support to speed up the purchase of new trains. The board previously had approved the purchase of about 250 new light rail trains, and that purchase was set to happen over the next 10 years. We'll be back with another update top of the hour. Watch or listen to the updates on your favorite platforms, including our website, KPIX.com, or our KPIX Facebook page.
PIX Now News is sponsored by Chevron, proud to support STEM education in the Bay Area. Meet our STEM standout, Nicole Collins-Puri.
TechBridge Girls is focusing on exciting, educating, and equipping girls to really see STEM as a vehicle to economic mobility and better life's chances. We're creating an environment that says, we see you, we hear you, and we understand your journey.
Chevron and KPIX 5 teaming up to support STEM education in the Bay Area.
How much is Mama weigh?
Oh, we talking about weight, huh? Well, how much your mama weigh?
All new Family Feud.
You ain't got to worry about how much I weigh. You won't be feeling nothing over here.
Family Feud, weeknights at 7 on KPIX 5. Behind every iconic moment is a story.
No one in the country believed that we could do it.
And for 70 years, KPIX 5 has been bringing the Bay Area's sports story home.
How about just one more at bat? How about a couple more World Series so we can keep doing this?
From the first televised game in Northern California, we've had a front row seat.
Tired of that Chucky nonsense?
Yeah, a little bit.
For the highlights.
Oh, the band is out on the field!
The heartbreaks. And the heroes that changed the game.
Rain is a blessing.
Just an outstanding football game.
Let's go! World champion.
The moments that changed us all.
It's a madhouse at Candlestick.
We never get tired of talking about Bay Area sports, but tonight, it's one for the record books.
70 years of champions and counting. KPIX 5 News. Expect more.
There is a unique power in truth.
What's your message to the people who could do something?
And whether the story is around the globe, across the nation, or down the street.
Look at this.
We'll find it.
It amazes me that you were able to see your house destroyed and you went right back to work.
And I would much rather be out there helping.
Because every evening, we want to put the power of truth in your hands.
Good evening, I'm Jeff Glore, and we are going to begin the broadcast tonight.
The CBS Evening News with Jeff Glore. Original reporting.
One voice.
We are planning to mobilize.
Can ignite a movement.
We want to claim Alcatraz Island for all of the natives in this land.
And the Bay Area has been home to many.
A state of extreme emergency on the campus.
It was necessary to call out the National Guard.
Women were in complete command.
And San Jose State joined with San Francisco State.
The demonstration outside continues.
One of the activists live on the phone.
For 70 years, we've seen our communities speak out.
The way he helped a little boy who got AIDS from a blood transfusion.
But also